This is a brand new construction and it is spectacular. When you walk in the door, look, this is hanging from the staircase here, and the staircase has a landing. Guess how much this is? Just guess, put it in the comments, just guess. I will tell you later. So first somebody has to guess, okay? And then I'll tell you later. But on the floor here, you have luxury vinyl plank, and it's the wider boards. And I love it because it has different colors. It's not all the same. So that's a plus. Just a lot of great features. Okay, I hope everybody knows what this is. This is an outlet. So if I had a screwdriver or something, these would come out and you would have plugs. And if you watch Seinfeld, holes. Where are the holes? Do you remember that? Oh, that was the Frogger game, Seinfeld. Okay, but you can put a little table there, lamp, whatever. All right, so into the kitchen we go, and this is Cambria quartz. Cambria is very high quality, very nice quartz. And it's hard to tell in the pictures, but look at this look at the backsplash. This is a tile that looks like this. So it's very unique. I think personally it's very cool. And the microwave is right here, GE profile, very high end. You know, little cubby space there. Okay, I'm gonna show you a waterfall. It's not what you're thinking. It's this. This is called a waterfall. So it's just stunning. I mean, it's just stunning. I'm selling a house right now that has one on each side. This just has this side, but it just gives it a great look. And if you have kids and you're worried about, you know, your island being beat up, they're not gonna beat this up. I mean, they would have to be some pretty rowdy kids, but we won't go there. All right, so we have trash, recycling, and trash, and just storage, but these are very nice, slow close. This looks like a granite sink, Blanco. This was built by Buckland Homes, and it is listed with Toast Real Estate here in Omaha. Haley, I'll get her last name in a minute. And fridge. It's very common for a new construction not to come with a refrigerator. However, we do want a water line, and there's a little hole right here where it appears to still need to come up. So we want to make sure that we write that in. A lot of people are going for the microwave not above the stove, and with a gas range in particular, home inspectors will just tell you that it's better just to vent out. And this is not a cabinet. You cannot open this. This is the, you know, the tubing, the venting, I guess, to vent it out the roof. So yeah, there you go. And the gas stove with the griddle, again, GE profile, very nice. And it has easy wash removable tray. Here's the pantry. And sometimes you can get the motion lights, but go ahead and walk in there, and you see on the left there's an outlet. So perfect place to put any toaster, coffee maker, anything you don't want out on the cabinet can just go right there. So they used to have, back in the day, they used to have appliance garages where you literally have like a roll top thing, and you'd lift it up and there'd be an outlet, and you know, you shove your appliances in there. And don't have those anymore, but we do have something better, I think, is just hide it in the pantry. So that is the kitchen. And then the grate area, obviously a dining area. The detail in this ceiling is fabulous. Just the molding, just the entire design. It's a focal point. And this brick, it's not brick, what am I thinking? It's wood. This right here. This is the first time that I've seen this not be stone, or just drywall. So this is very attractive wood. And then you have the electric fireplace. Obviously your television goes up there. They have a little, that goes so you can put your cords down there and run them down into here from your components. So it's, and you can get plenty of furniture as you can see. So it's just it's a really nice design. I'm gonna take you over here and show you another great feature. This is the garage. So when you're buying a house, it's nice to have the garage right by the kitchen with the groceries, right? You don't want to walk across the living room to do that. But it has this drop zone. So you come in from the garage and then you drop your phone, your keys, your whatever, and then it has some, you know, different storage. And then in here is the laundry room. And I really liked how this laundry room was laid out. Not only does it have a sink, but I love how it has these bars right here. So if you have something that you don't want go in the dryer, then you just hang it in here instead of put it all over the house. Like, I won't say I do that. I don't do that. I'm trying to figure out what this ledge is. Alexis, do you know what this? I've never seen a ledge right there, or white. I don't know. I suppose you could put soap and, you know, different things right there, but I thought that was real cool. All right, so, well, I'm not going to show you the garage. It's a 3-car garage. It's your, you know, standard 3-car, but the spindles are nice. This wood is nice. This is just a coat closet. And then right here you have the bathroom. And you're gonna get in the mirror, unless you go low. She's learning how to do this. There's another linen closet right next door. Come. I don't mean to, like, you know, it's like, hey. But there's a linen closet. One of the windows needs a screen, and it's right there. But it's all set up already with the shelving. On the right is the first bedroom, and it has a really high ceiling. So look up, very high, and just makes the room feel so much larger than it actually is. That's a full-size bed. But yeah, this is a great room. A lot of different uses besides a bedroom, an office, you know, whatever. And then here's another bedroom right here, right next door. And it just has your standard closet. But you know what's nice about every closet in this house is it has wood shelving. Some builders put in the white, like closet made, and most buyers like the wood. So go there. This faces south, so nice window facing south. The entire house is painted the same color. It's kind of a tan, kind of a gray, mega grayish, I think, is the Sherwin-Williams color. They're putting outlets on the walls, not right now, where a television would go. This would be the primary suite. So again, a very cool ceiling treatment, a little fan and the light there, and then you have the lighting blue, and I can guarantee you, well, I shouldn't guarantee anything, right? But I'm pretty sure that there's a remote somewhere that would control the lighting right there, and you would be able to make it different colors. But they don't want anybody to take it, so they didn't give it. It's not out anywhere. And a lot of times we see the closet off the bathroom. The walk-in closet's actually right here. And it has the shelves, the wooden shelves. And I mean, it's pretty spacious. Some of the closets are so big now that you can fit, you don't even need a dresser. This room is large enough for a dresser, but I mean, it just depends on how many pairs of shoes you have, right? Or just how many clothes you have. Okay, so in the bathroom here, all the sinks now are higher, if you haven't already noticed that. So, and children wouldn't be using this bathroom, but all of the sinks now are higher. This is the toilet area. I like the fact that it has a cabinet above it. I think that is fantastic. And then this has a luxury vinyl floor. It's a different type. It looks like tile, but you can feel that it's a luxury vinyl plank. It's just a different color. And then these vanities are split. So you have one over here, and then you have one over here. And then if you walk around the corner, that would be the walk-in shower. A lot of the builders are not doing the tubs anymore. They're doing these large walk-in showers. So that's very nice. And it's fun to have this little window right here. So you can turn that off and still, get a decent amount of light. Okay, so this basement is finished here. We're gonna take you to the basement. Alexis, what questions do you have? She's running my camera. That would be my phone. She's running my phone. Any questions? Don't fall down the steps. These are wider steps. I mean, these are like 5 feet wide. I don't know. What's my arm speed? I don't know. And it has a really big landing. And don't forget, guess how much this is. Put it in the comments. How much do you think that light fixture is? Put it in the comments. I looked it up. I know exactly what somebody would pay for that. Okay, so downstairs we go. And we have a living area. And ta-da! A little kitchen. It's so this is a wet bar. A wet bar has a sink. A dry bar has no sink. So this is the same flooring as upstairs, and the same carpet. So they're matching, which is good. We don't want a lot of different things going on. We have a microwave profile again, GE, high end. And then these shelves, so you can display nice glasses, bottles, whatever. And then there's an outlet right above the sink. So if you want another television, I suppose, or some, they have cool lights, man cave, no, whatever, woman. No, we have she sheds, right? All right, this right here is the main clean out for the house. Now this is a new house and there aren't any trees hardly here, but this is what a main clean out to a house looks like. That would be the water line, and the refrigerator upstairs was missing one. So if my buyer decides they want to go through with this, we'll need to make sure that we address that. This is a fun room over here. There's no window, but a lot of space, and so it could be an office. They've set it up and staged it as a playroom and put all the toys in here, and I think that's a great idea. But it could be anything that you want. It could be a workout room, whatever hobby you have. I mean, you could just put it all in here. So yeah, it's a spacious room. And then the outlet, again, if you want to put a television, there's no closet or anything, but if you wanted a non-conforming bedroom, this could be it too. Non-conforming means that it doesn't have an egress window. And over here would be the conforming bedrooms because they have the egress window. So the egress windows, somebody has to be able to get out the window without stepping on anything. And yeah, I'll tell you, even if the window is smaller, I get my butt out I get out the window in a hurry. But they have the rules for a reason. But this is a big space. I mean, you could fit a king in here with side tables. And then TV, standard closet. I love how it has all the ceiling things too. Here's a bathroom in between the two bedrooms. So all you need to do is get a curtain, or you can put a door in if you want, but it's your standard, just, you know, plastic surround. It has the same flooring as the bathroom upstairs, the primary, and very similar countertop, different lights, but that's okay. This room is about the same size as the other one. It's pretty large, just a little bit smaller, but these are great rooms for guests, for teenagers. Although if you put them in the basement, you won't see them again. Yeah, I've learned that the hard way, but anyway. And then they don't hear you when you have to like text them or call them for dinner. Drives me nuts. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'll get some more light in here, but look at this edge, and this is throughout the house. So you see how this edge is angled? Usually a drywall edge is, you know, 90-degree angle, but this has, I don't know exactly what they have. They used to call my house has rounded corners. So this is just like a flat corner. And then down here, because they don't change the trim, you know, they do this little thing right here, and then the trim is still 90-degree. But this is just a cool, it's just a little extra. It just makes it, I don't know. If you don't notice it, I don't know that some people would notice it, some people wouldn't. Me, I would notice it. But, and I like it. Is my microphone messed up? Oh.
Just making sure you had one.
Oh. Yeah. It might not be working. So I showed this house earlier, and my buyer was like, "What's this?" It's a sump pump. And they put it under the carpet. So it's not anything that you probably want to do. I don't know. If you had to get to it, it would be a pain. Let's just say that. But I know it has a pump because it has this. And this pumps the water outside. So once it reaches a certain level, water reaches a certain level in that pit that's down there, the pump turns on and it shoots it outside. Now, if you don't have power, it's not going to do that. That's why a lot of people have battery backups and they have alarm systems. You can even hook them to your phone. So like say you're out of town and the alarm goes off, then you can call your neighbor and say, hey. But there's another one right here. And that's what it looks like. Although it doesn't have this. So it is radon. When I looked at this before, because a lot of times they write right on here radon, but I didn't see it. So it does have a radon. This is a passive radon system. So that means that it's going from the ground up through the roof, but it does not have a fan. So it may be taking some radon out, but you probably still want to give a test, because if the level is high in the basement, then you'd want a fan to pump it out, and the fans continuously run. So the EPA says anything 4.0 picoliters and above, they recommend a radon mitigation system, and they say that radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer. So, water heater, furnace, it says rejected. Let's see. I can't read that. All right, we'll worry about that later. But obviously, we want to check that out. So all these are the gas lines, furnace range, hot water heater. Yeah, so, and then humidifier. This goes with the furnace Lennox. And I don't know anybody who's not putting in high efficiency right now, but that's what this is, and it vents outside. This right here, this is new to me. So the only thing that I can think of is, so you could get hot water faster. But let me research that. I'll have to tell you exactly what that is. But it seems like it's a pump of some kind that it would be the only purpose I would see a water heater needing a pump for would be to get hot water faster, but we'll check on that. You know what, I think that's it for this house. When we move outside, let's see. Yeah, I think we've covered everything. Like the wood above here, a lot of builders, they don't have wood right here. They just have the drywall. So this was done very well. So you can just tell the quality. We didn't show you, we'll go in the back first. Staging makes a difference, it just does. This just feels like home, and that's what staging does. It makes it feel like a home. Not too hot today, a little bit. So you have a 2-step down, and the patio. Now it has a covered deck, with a fan and then these 2 lights. And you could put a light in the fan too if you wanted, but you have 2 other lights. But this is really nice. So this way is direct north, here is west, so seeing the sunset. And if you wanted to expand it, you could and make a bigger patio, but this is enough for sure for a table and a couple chairs. So this is just LP Smart Side. There is a battle among builders whether concrete siding is better, the hardy plank, or LP Smart Side. And I guess the verdict is still out, but it's a very good product. I'll show you the outside real quick. No, I think that's everything. This house is $565 and some change. Again, comment on how much do you think that is? I'll let you go ahead and go. Thank you for helping me. This is a wider sidewalk. The thing is that once this will eventually give away and shrink, and so you have to make sure that you keep that seal. Although basement is not under here, so it's not as important, but it could, if water got under there, it could crack the concrete and all that. And this concrete is great, but in Nebraska, guess what? Concrete cracks. It just does. Freeze, thaw, it just happens. But here's the exterior, so you have this fake window up there, but it just gives it a lot more curb appeal. And it has 2 garage door openers and MyQ garage door opener that you can open and close with your phone. The black shutters. I think the stone is very nice. The address built into the tile, the stone. So it's good. Okay, so this is Buckland Homes, Haley Fleschner. There you go. She's the listing agent with Coast Real Estate. I'm Cindy Andrew with my own brokerage, Sit Stay Homes, and I would be your buyer's agent. So Haley represents the seller. I would represent you as a buyer. And yes, I can be tough. I'm nice. I just work hard.
Negotiate very well.
This door is really tall. But that's it. There you have the house.
Stand in front of the door.
You want me to stand in front of the door to see how? Okay, I'm 5'6". If I haven't shrunk. Maybe I shrunk. Nah, let's just say I'm 5'6". So, whatever you think this is. A lot of times it's 9 foot. And then 10, 11, so these could be 11 feet, or they could be 12 feet, somewhere around there. right. There's your tour. I'll see you next time.